Oh. And we're live. So, mainly because as I kind of view it as like the halfway point, and I want to get it the one other main quest we have done. And I'm going to be holding off on doing anything really. I'm going to be holding off on doing the Virmire stuff. Like, instead, I'm thinking that. We tackle Feros. And also some side quests. I don't really remember Feros that much. Excuse me. Hmm.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Log. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
We saw your ship. Fidan wants...
Who's Fidan?
He's our leader. Please, up the stairs past the freighter.
Surely kill us all. How is a woman supposed to think with guns going off all around?
I fear the Geth will kill us all.
The Geth are mounting another attack.
My headache.
The Geth
Hello, Off-Worlder.
Dear, please.
But they should know. Yes.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Fine. I just...
I can't see anything significant, but something.
Just let her rest. She just needs rest.
Huh, Commander. I'm glad they finally
You're a
sent
bit
somebody.
late, aren't you?
Arceli. Sorry, Commander.
Watch out! We've got Geth in the tower!
Protect the heart of the colony!
Think we're good, Commander?
am passively paying attention. Into what's happening in New York. Tonight. Mainly because I'm just curious.
should keep Vidan and the others safe. After an update, we can head out for the main Geth encampment.
You know what I'm very tempted to do right now? Go get a Sprite. So anyways, one thing that I have actually been thinking of is who I would like to collab with, and well, I have gotten some suggestions that I am open to. One name that I
The tower's secure.
I'm just glad you're
I
calling.
appreciate your concern, Enura.
They may have been slowed, but they'll
Help
be
me
back.
find what the Geth are
We
after.
don't know what. Their main base is at the Exogeny headquarters.
What's Exogeny?
It's the company. The Skyway leads directly.
Of course, there's an army.
I didn't expect.
Then
this
maybe
from
I can
you.
get this colony operational.
What can you tell me
I
about?
don't have any details, but
They
I'll-
landed at least one Geth ship at Exogeny, and
What do you need done to get this
We
place
need
back?
those Geth.
Arcelia's right. There are. I'm not sure where we stand on those matters. You should talk to the people.
Is there anything I can do to solve your
Marka
problem?
Doyle has been assigned to that particular issue. If you have any insight to
What's wrong with the colony's
May
power
O'Connell is
supply?
working on our power.
You mentioned something.
Davin Reynolds is tasked with securing food for the immediate future.
Do you have information about
Nothing new. It's not a critical threat.
Let's talk about
Of course,
Zeus, Commander.
Life is hard. Colonial affairs back on Earth told us we'd be beneath the note. But, despite everything,
How big was the
we
original?
were nearly 1,000. When the first wave obliterated our defenses, we fell back.
The Normandy isn't huge,
The
but
Geth fighters are. There's a chance for growth here. There's
I'll
simply.
talk to you when I learn.
They'll try to.
You're the commander of the ship that just landed.
What do you know about the colony?
We just arrived a short time ago.
What do you mean?
It's hard to explain.
What do you do here?
I'm just watching over the ship. Nothing else. She's good for hiding in when those Geth come over.
It looks like you're monitoring something.
No, well, just ship diagnostics. It's nothing.
Maybe I can help you.
No, thanks, really. This work must be completed.
Davin does what he can.
Heck, you know what? I'm gonna. Ooh. So I'm paying attention with what happens in New York, and well, because honestly, it would be pretty awesome if like someone with those values was actually elected in mayor. I'm gonna go get that Sprite. Like, my city's mayor, Bruce Harrell, is actually alright. Like, not the best mayor ever, but honestly, could do a lot worse. Like, I would love it if, like, I'm probably going to, like, visit New York at least once in my life. For a variety of reasons.
You're the one who... They'll be back. And if the Geth...
Are you doing anything?
I need to
remedy?
boost ration. The Alpha Baron, he's... I can't do anything until...
I have a ship.
I'd rather you concentrated on the Geth. Food won't help us if they breach...
Tell me about
hunting
hunting
them is
Baron.
impossible. On the positive side, they'll attack. The big Alpha Baron is the real problem. He's mad.
I have to go.
So long, Commander.
Nice work with those. I still need the power cells for this generator, though.
Would it help if I brought in some power cells from the Normandy? We can certainly spare a few.
Your top-of-the-line ship doesn't use the same parts as the old generator we've got.
If I find anything,
Thank you,
well,
Commander. I appreciate it.
Commander, I was told to make my supplies available.
Let me see what you have.
Of course.
Hmm. Oh yeah, this pistol is pretty much an upgrade overall.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Some of the colonists are
We're a
acting.
close-knit group.
These aren't
This is our
trains.
home. We've watched the Geth slowly...
I'll talk to you when I learn.
Watch out!
And now to the Geth base. Ready for anything, Commander.
The last pathway south. Are they looking for?
Picking up a cop signal. There's definitely something.
More chatter, Commander. Still no fix.
Any sign of movement? This could still be in there. It's only been a few days.
So there's one thing I'm actually on the fence about in regard to future streams, namely Metroid Prime. Like, what? I'm not sure what you guys would like for me to do in regards to, like, the first 3 games. Like,
concerned about the gap?
I was hoping you'd have a moment to speak.
I don't really have time to spare.
I need to retrieve some data.
Sounds easy enough.
No catch.
Well, that's very comforting.
All you need to do is find my console at Exogeny headquarters. And
I'll look around if I...
Of course, this all depends on getting out of here alive.
Tell me about the data.
Plans for a few... I'm a freelancer. Some of my...
Why work in the middle of...
Freelancers don't... Just keep in mind what I said.
Please keep your fire to. Oh, and I must inform you that the company will.
You're not much of a people person.
Someone needs to worry about the bottom line. I'm the only one.
Tell me about Exogeny.
Please. Exogeny Corp is the premier engine of colonization in the new multi-system economy. And in conjunction with our core interests, exploration provides...
What are the company's core interests?
There are many other industrial branches, but they aren't really relevant to...
Do you have any idea?
None. There's nothing here to warrant an invasion.
I'm going.
Please be careful if you go to headquarters.
Just can't.
They wiped out our defenses in minutes.
We riot when the attack came.
Why build a colony if you don't intend to defend it?
That's close enough.
Relax, John.
Get back. Who are you? What do you want?
Commander Shepard.
You see?
And you trust too easily.
I'm just glad to see a friendly face. I thought we were
By
going-
Dan and some of the
I
members...
thought you said they were all dead.
I said they were probably...
They're not dead, but the
We
gap.
know what that's like. Those damn...
I'll do whatever I can to keep
What
them...
kind of information?
Ignore him. The Geth are up in the Exogeny.
Those headquarters are private property, soldier. Remove the Geth.
I'm not interested in your company.
Commander, before you go...
They shouldn't waste... We could do a proper...
That's my daughter you're talking about. She's...
Where is your daughter?
She was working in the Exogeny building when the...
Oh, yeah, there were several
If
places.
she's in there, I'll
Thank
get
you,
her out.
Commander.
Stay bunkered down.
Of course. And please remember, if you see my daughter...
I do remember a few details about this mission now that I think about it. Must just be my washing machine that I'm hearing.
Doesn't matter. You're their eviction notice. Hey.
So, much like with Mass Effect... and how I'm not sure what I want to do in regards to streaming Mass Effect Andromeda. One other game that thing that I'm not sure about streaming in the future is Metroid Prime 1 through 3, since, well, I do want to stream 4, but since I haven't streamed the first 3 games... I'm not sure what to really expect, what to really do for handling them.
Looks like the Geth are settling in nicely.
Wow, I've missed out on quite a few level ups. It's not so much, aside from the fact that it was the reason why the franchise went on hiatus for so long. There's also the fact that, well, it currently ends on a cliffhanger.
You're safe now. But why were you here in the first?
It's my own fault. Next thing I knew, I was trapped.
We'll get you out as soon as
It's not the Geth. It's the... They don't want anyone else getting access to the...
I'm here for the Geth. It's very important
I don't
find
know
out.
for certain, but...
Thorian. What's that?
It's an indigenous life form.
What else can you tell me? You know what?
I might be able to, but look, we need to get out of here. Past
You know how we can shut it down?
Not I've noticed that you could follow those cables, but there's Geth all over the place.
Tell me about yourself.
I came here with my mother.
She's with some others from the colony.
She's alive? Please, Commander, just get that field down.
Tell me what you know about
I really don't. I know it's very old. Thousands of years even.
Why do you think the Geth would be...
Exogeny was studying it.
You stay put.
Oh, here. Good luck with that field.
Like, honestly, I think I'm leaning towards having what comes after what the 5th Mass Effect game winds up being, determining if I stream Andromeda, since it is entirely...
No, I don't want to review protocol.
It is entirely possible that it could...
I am unable to comply. Please
Tell me what I want or I'll...
Please contact your supervisor. If there is nothing else, please step.
It is entirely possible they could decide to make a follow-up after all.
Exogeny. Welcome back, Research Assistant Elizabeth Bain. Is there something you require?
What information was the last...
Fetching data. The previous user was a...
Tell me everything you told
I was unable to provide... Aside from all sensors monitoring the observation post...
What does Zeus Hope have to do with it?
Species 37 is located within the substructure.
Tell me everything you know.
The Thorian is a simple plan. Through dispersion and the eventual inhalation...
I didn't hear anything about censorship issues. Like, I heard the game was busy, it was glitchy and had writing issues, but...
Interesting results. Before sensors went offline...
I've never heard of any...
Test subjects
Are you saying Exogeny...
It was deemed necessary
right.
So that's why they were
We
acting.
should contact Joker.
Joker,
We need to
Come in,
drop
Joker.
that field. and
VI,
get back to-
what can you tell
I
me
have
about...
limited data on the... I have detected unusual power fluctuations, but am unable to determine the source. Elizabeth Bainham, you are currently under probation due to disagreements
What
with...
triggered the probation?
You were marked as combative about the operation. As a result, you were tasked with monitoring the safety of the colonists for the duration of the observation.
Ugh.
That's enough for now.
Going to standby mode.
The Geth have anchored their ship to the building with these claws.
The Geth certainly aren't subtle. How do we cut the power if it's coming from the ship?
Maybe we can swat it off. One of these claws has to have a weak spot.
What is this place? Almost looks like the Geth built themselves some kind of church.
Hey, if they're looking for God, I'd be happy to speed them on their way.
So anyways, like, as I was saying, like, well, I could probably get over the fact that Andromeda was what caused Mass Effect to go on hiatus for, like, a few years. It's honestly the fact that I do know it ends on a cliffhanger. Like, honestly, if it was, like, launch day Andromeda, I would actually be up for playing it in a roasted. It's sort of way like WWE 2K20 would be another game I'd like play to roast. Although that one, I guess I could like try and get a Steam key and like.
busy here.
Not now, Commander. Same as before. We don't have the ordnance to blow this claw. Let's keep looking.
They weren't kidding when they said this was a heart. Honestly, it's mainly because, like, it's a bridge to nowhere. Like, if there was at least, like a tie-in DLC or something, like, that, like, wrapped up the plot points, then okay, like... Huh. I guess it really depends on the subject and on what being censored. Like, I have a very different opinion of hate speech versus, like, sexual content. Oh, hey, look at that. We destroyed one of the Geth's ships, or at least incapacitated it.
All right. The door out will be open now. We can head back and deal with the Storian thing. Well, that got the job.
Damn. I'd like to have seen the face.
Normandy to shore party. Are you reading?
Is that
We're
you,
in
Joker?
lockdown here, Commander. Something happened to the colonists. They're banging on the hull, trying to claw their way inside the ship.
They can't do any real damage.
Yeah.
This
I mean, like, here's the thing. And, like, if you're trying to do it to, like, prevent people from panic, I guess it depends on, like, the reason as to why. Like, for example, like, if you're trying to prevent people from panicking because of a war, then I would say, while it's not a good thing, it's at least understandable.
we should get out of here. I don't think this place is safe.
I need some answers.
When the Geth attacked, I tried to tell them where to find the I never
You
met
did
the,
what you could.
the Thorian is underneath. The colonists covered it with the freighter just before the
Why are the Geth after the Thorian?
Well, that's what Exogeny
Opening
was
the
saying.
shore party.
What is it, Joker?
It looks like they're headed your way.
Thanks for the heads up, Joker.
I'm coming with you. I might be able to.
Like, funny story, like, censorship is actually the reason why influenza is called Spanish flu. Like, a lot of the governments actually censored the outbreaks, but Spain was the only country in Europe that had, like, where they had a free press that... And because, well, the King of Spain actually got sick, they basically had to report on it, so as a result, even though it would be more accurate to call it American flu or French flu, since it's generally believed that it originated in either France or America. It only started... to get traction like Spanish newspapers.
Is there anyone picking this up? Get away from that radio!
What was that all about?
This is Juliana Bainham of Feros Colony. Please help us.
What's wrong? Stop! Stop the rover!
You can't do this, Jong.
Everyone shut up! Let me think.
What's going on?
You won't get away with this.
Get her out of here!
Get away from her, you son of a bitch!
Lisbeth!
Damn it! Come out where I can see you! All of you! Shepard, damn it. I found some I know what happened on a cruise.
What do you think you're doing, John?
Communications are back up.
This is a human colony, Jong. You can't just...
It's not just you.
You're after the one unique thing Feros has.
The what?
It's it's taking control.
You won't get away with
So
this,
you keep
Jong.
saying, but nobody's gonna miss a few colonists.
I won't let you hurt these people
If that's the way it
As
has
if we don't have enough.
It's my fault. I knew.
Don't you? So what now, Commander?
I'll deal with the Thorian.
The colonists won't let you near the Thorian. They die first. They're under
What
its
else am I supposed
There's
to do?
gotta be another way.
I think there is.
Like a gas grenade.
Releasing clouds of nerve gas doesn't
It's not
seem...
like a... The insecticide we use in the grow lab, if their nervous systems are already weakened...
Dodgy.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
We'll stay out of your way until you clear a path. Good luck.
These people had their shot. It's more than some.
Excuse me. But anyways, back to Andromeda, like, there's another reason why I probably won't play, why I'm actually reluctant to stream it, namely Video Game Donkey's video on it.
What is that? There's no way that's human. Infection or not.
No hitting the colonists, even if the
You
Thorian...
got it, Commander. Let's do it.
He made a video making fun of the game.
They are definitely protecting the Borealis. We've got to move one of those cargo blocks.
Well, it was like really intense. Like it also like he's one of my. I've watched it quite a few times. Like I could not stop thinking about. Now that's an interesting glitch.
tried to fight it, but it gets in your head. You can't imagine the pain. You're supposed to be their leader. These people trusted me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't!
Yeah, and also, honestly, like, it just didn't look very good from what I've seen of it. Like, none of the crew members really interested in me, and PV honestly sounds like a letdown from both Liara and Samara.
Okay, by the numbers. We just need to find... What is that?
That does not look like...
Invaders, your every step is a trend. I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian.
You gave something to Sarah.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. Then Cold Ones began killing the flesh that would tend...
I won't let you keep your
No
thrall.
more will the Thorian listen to those. Your blood will feed the ground and the new growth!
Where did the original Asari Commando come from? Like... Like, okay, where is that last node? Like, maybe there's a combination of mods out there that might actually get me to play the game, but there's no way I'm streaming the game vanilla. Hey!
I'm free. I suppose
Is everything all right?
I am fine. My name is Shiala. Benezia foresaw the influence Saren would have. She joined him.
Are you saying Saren?
Benezia underestimated Saren, as I did.
Sounds like you Asari got in over your head.
Asari matriarchs are among the most intelligent and
Saren
powerful.
has a vessel. They become an... I was a willing slave when Saren brought me to this world. Saren offered me in trade. I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between
Saren's
Saren
pretty quick to betray
He was
his own.
quick to betray the Thorian, too. Saren knows you are searching for the conduit. He knows you're following.
What's the cipher?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions... To truly comprehend them, you must think like a... The Thorian was here long before the Protheans built this...
So the Thorian taught Saren to think like
The cipher is the... To understand, you must have access to an... I sense this ancestral memory. The cipher...
I need that knowledge to
There
stop.
is a way. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live.
Anyways, tomorrow we're doing a potluck at my place, at my work. I'm gonna make brownie donuts.
United in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity. have given you the cipher.
What just happened? Are you okay?
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
You have been given a great gift.
You look a little...
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help.
Is there
you.
anything else
When
you
the
can tell me
creature enveloped its mind was awesome, magnificent. It transcended the thorium. I'm grateful you saved me from a life of thrall.
What else can you tell me about?
There is little. Once I followed him, blind to his true nature.
Do you know what the conduit is?
No, I'm sorry.
That can't be good.
You have the cipher. In time, your visions will clear.
I want to know more about
There
you.
is nothing. But I believed in her.
Now that you're free of the thorium,
If you allow it, I would like to stay
the colonists will need all the help they can get.
Thank you, Commander.
You did it. But the Thorian and we're free of Exogeni's threats. We're back to being just a little nowhere colony.
Any luck finding my workstation?
I managed to find the
That's
data.
very good news.
I was there anyway.
Well, thanks again, Commander.
Ooh, now I don't think I'm gonna be...
I fought so hard.
I will do what I can to assist. Farewell, Commander.
It'll be tough going, but we'll...
You saved most of the infected.
I hope
It's night.
We'll start over. What else can we do?
I'm thinking we go to the Citadel next. And I was going the wrong way. Hey! Yeah, honestly, I just decided to play this game on a whim since I've been meaning to see how the Legendary Edition plays out. And also, I'm very curious to see what they're going to do for the next Mass Effect game, since they did pretty much decide to abandon whatever they were planning to do for...
Finally, I still need the power cells for this generator.
Would it help if I brought in some power cells from the Normandy? We can certainly spare a few.
The top of the line ship doesn't use.
If I find anything,
Thank
well,
you, Commander. I appreciate it.
Like, honestly, I'd be very curious to know what they were planning on doing for the Andromeda timeline. Like, I do think that it was the right decision to not continue the story in the Milky Way galaxy, since, well, I guess they could have made, like, a prequel where you play as Anderson, but they'd have to figure out what they wanted to do eventually, and basically their options were either, one, choose an ending, pissing off the fans of the ending that they did not choose, or come up with some option that was not present in the game, which would basically piss off everyone else.
Commander, you look.
The cipher shook me up.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert.
Do it.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
Now I'm wondering how different this would be if I had done this mission first.
That was incredible. You are remarkably strong-willed.
I mean,
what you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Like, go exploring another
the beacon on
universe is probably the best.
Large parts of the vision are missing.
But I kind of wonder if the
commander's mind is incomplete.
You must have seen something.
I was able to. Saren must have the. I am sorry. The joining.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look.
That will not be necessary.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look.
That will not be necessary.
We're done here.
I've sent off the Feros report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the...
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about
might have been able to capture it for study.
Exogeny tried to
Perhaps
study
it's
it.
for the best then.
Of course it was saved.
Being human had nothing to do with it.
But sometimes
Goodbye, Commander.
Like honestly, the problem with like a branching, like that's actually a problem that I'm very curious how Bethesda's going to tackle with Elder Scrolls 6. Because unless Bethesda decides to... It's to like have another dragon break, which basically means everything that does not contradict each other or happen, and they're going to have to choose an outcome to the Civil War in Skyrim. Like, it's also...
Message coming in.
I've received some info. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists.
I'm happy to
We
look
found
into
a connection. They all worked on a classified project.
This can't have anything
Those
to do with
Thresher Maws killed dozens of soldiers. Commander, Shepard, there was one other scientist on the project.
Like, honestly, the funny thing is that Fallout is actually even better off than the Elder Scrolls in this regard, since it's highly unlikely that they'll like have another game set in Boston. In fact, I'm pretty sure that most of the rumors state that the next game is actually going to take place in New Orleans, which actually would be a very interesting place, since Fallout hasn't really done like a lot of swamp stuff aside from Point Lookout. And they haven't really explored the southeast United States at all. Who do I... With... I kind of would find it interesting that, like, Bethesda's Fallout games have each taken place in a new game, whereas the Obsidian ones stay in roughly the same areas. Honestly, on the topic of Fallout, like, one game that I am actually very bummed that we never got to play Van Buren, since from what I've been reading up on it, and it sounds like it would have been a really damn impressive game. Like, honestly, I kind of wish that someone would make, like, a mod for New Vegas that would, like, recreate the story. Like, I'm aware that there's that Fallout 2 mod that lets you play through the game. And in fact, I'm actually seriously considering streaming that one day. And the funny thing is that Bethesda does actually consider parts of Van Buren to be canon in a very broad sense. And it's like... What was the name of that fourth DLC for Fallout New Vegas? Like, elements of Van Buren's story influenced the fourth DLC. In fact, let me look it up right now. Lonesome Road, that's the name. Like, basically what would have happened was you'd start off by escaping a prison, and through a long sequence of events, you'd find this NCR scientist who basically wanted to use, like, a plague to, like, cleanse the impure, and he'd then try and use this orbital satellite to, like, clean everyone he didn't approve of, and you'd basically go up and, like, decide where it would hit. Now that I think about it, Broken Steel kind of took influence from Van Buren's scrapped story as well, with the, you know, with that giant orbital death ray the Enclave had. I'm honestly curious if Microsoft will let Obsidian take another crack at Fallout, since, well, both... Like, the funny thing about Van Buren is that, well, it was going to be a Fallout game in, like, the same style as the first two ones. Like, Fallout 1 and 2, not 3 in New Vegas. Even though Fallout is a franchise that, much like Persona, people seem to think only began with 3. Since you don't hear a lot of people talk about Fallout 1 and 2 compared to, well, Van Buren, I mean, the 3 in New Vegas. But Interplay, who were the original publishers of Fallout, decided to cancel Van Buren because, of all things, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, which was more akin to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. And that game is one I'm probably not going to stream, since, quality aside, I don't think I could stream it, since, well, it was actually the only Fallout game before Bethesda took over that never got a PC release. And it really stood out like a sore thumb. Like, imagine in a Fallout game with Killswitch Engage and Slipknot as part of, like, the vanilla soundtrack. And one that did not feature Nuka-Cola. Like, this one, for whatever reason, and decided to feature this soda called Balls Guara. Never tried it. It's still around. Maybe I'll try some on stream one day.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you.
Please! He's a Mr. Toombs, you're insane!
Shut up! Shepard? My God. Shepard, is that you?
Toombs? But
they took me,
You
Shepard.
can't prove any of this.
See, they were running tests. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientist...
Toombs, I didn't see
You can't believe Toombs. He
was there! They're part of some organization, Cerberus. This man deserves to die, Shepard. For you,
You're
for
better
me.
than this, Toombs. You're not like them.
Don't tell me who I am. The rest of the unit died, and I was tortured for...
Toombs, if I could have helped you on a cruise, I would have.
Okay, maybe the screaming will stop now.
Those bastards can't hurt you
Aye,
anymore.
aye, Commander. Message coming in.
I reviewed your I'm glad to see you were able to take down. Corporal Toombs seems to have found some I hope this
Message coming in from
Normandy, Admiral Hackett. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the arm.
We have any idea
Hard
what
to
they're
say.
at?
They may...
I'm on it,
Finding
Admiral.
Saren is still your top priority. We're transmitting...
Like, there is actually a demo that was leaked of Fallout Van Buren if you want it.
Commander, I'm glad you're in the area. We've got an emergency situation.
How can I help?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy.
So if I shoot everything that moves...
Exactly. A normal team could... That's why I contacted you.
I'll do everything within my power.
I know you will, Commander.
It's pretty old. I'll run it on my computer after stream and report back tomorrow. I would not be opposed to showing off the demo on stream, but it would have to be next week at the earliest, since, well, I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV for the first time on Friday. Although, honestly, if I'd come up with this idea before... Although, a good amount of the reason for that is, well, I already committed to a schedule for this week. Honestly, it's interesting to see, like, lost games in a series that was a long runner. That's been around for a long time. Could have been made. Like, if you want an example with something I've already beaten all the entries in, Darker Clear Sky was originally going to be a very different game called Anarchy Ecell, which plot-wise was actually more like an expanded version of what Clear Sky originally was going to be, but it had a very different, like, ending in the middle. Like, honestly, I'm kind of surprised no one made, like, a video comparing the original plot with what we got. I think I have a future video idea to... Like, honestly, if they were to ever, like, do a full-fledged reboot of Stalker, I would actually want to see them expand on what they were originally going to do for Anarchy... Oh. Or is it Anarchy Call? I forget which. Funny thing is that the original Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, also had a scrapped game, too. Like, the first was what's known as Lost Alpha, which... which is actually, like, a fan game that's in the works. Works recreating it. honestly, I feel that, like, they shouldn't tell you what the minerals are. Rather, you find out by scanning them. But anyways, where was I? The second game is Oblivion Lost, which is radically different. Like, Oblivion Lost was, like, basically before they had any remote idea of what they wanted Stalker to be like. It was more like a sci-fi shooter, I don't know what game would be the most comparable. There is no such like fan game for Anarchy Cell because of like how little has been released. think we'll dedicate the rest of the stream to hunting down the Geth outposts. And we'll save Virmire for next week. Just realized there's a good chance I might actually finish this game before Sea of Stars. If that does happen, I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Maybe I'll play Metroid Prime on stream since I've beaten that. Just checking in on some news that I'm following. I have no idea why Mass Effect delays if I ever use the Steam, has like a delay if I ever use the Steam overlay. Honestly, if there's one feature I wish this game would have, it would be like a scan planet option. Like, you'd basically be allowed to, like, know what was on a planet before you stepped down on it. Honestly, one thing I'm kind of surprised isn't, like, more of a discussion is how it seems like there's more American mayors who are, like, mixed race. Like, JJ McCullough actually made a video on this subject, or rather a YouTube short. Nothing to... Yeah, I can and believe that. I don't think I'm going to be hurting for credits anytime soon. I mean, hey, props to you for actually going through with that idea. Like, I do not have the ability to, like, keep my arms steady. Like, I do not think I could pull off a successful rigging. Passable would be the best I could hope for. Like, honestly, if you can, like, develop a skill that you can, like, use to supplement your content, then that's actually one of the best, and that actually gives you a huge advantage. Like, for me, it's actually editing. Like, the only reason I don't really edit down my streams is, well, I don't like hearing my own voice talk. Like, with my scripted videos, those I can at least grin and bear it, but, like, at least I don't have to go indoors for this one.
That's number 2. Let's hit the next base.
Okay, why is this system just called Hong? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to call it, like, Hong Kong? Admittedly, I'm assuming it's named after a location, like, maybe it's named after a person, like a Mr. Hong or something? You know, one thing I kind of find interesting about, like, space travel is that people are already talking about establishing a base on Mars, when the funny thing is that we would need a moon base before we could establish a base on Mars. For multiple reasons. First of all, doing so would actually give us experience that we'd need. Second, it's going to be easier to launch missions from the moon than it is from Earth. And third, and this one's key, Mars is actually really hard to, like, send aid to, since it's only, like, accessible. Since unless we figure out instant teleportation, and it's pretty much only available during certain times of the year. Also, I'd argue that if anything, we'd probably need to colonize Venus around the same time, since, well, Venus and Mars have the exact opposite problems. Like, Venus has too much of an atmosphere, Mars doesn't have enough. Like, what we'd need to do would be freeze Venus so the atmosphere could, like, thin out. Then we'd ship the frozen atmosphere to Mars and let that thaw out. See, one more. Or deposit. Just one more. I'm.
This receiver's picking up some kind of
The
transmission.
main Geth base. Let's get moving.
Just lead the way.
I'm gonna guess the right hands are tallies. So you know what? Let's see what Tali has to say, and then I'll call it a stream. Tali and Liara, actually.
Shepard, I need to talk.
Something wrong?
You know the data you took from those Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded.
You want to bring this data back?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth.
If I give you this data, your pilgrim...
Not right away. I'll stay with you as long
You think you can use this?
Not right away. We will need to study it. It could take...
Go ahead. Make a copy.
The only thing I can offer in return is what you
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
And I do believe that's Tali's pilgrimage. Yeah, we helped her with that. It feels good.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on
I'm glad there aren't many. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking, now that they're cut off from the company. We're all in for the duration. You can count on it.
We'll talk another time.
Nothing else for me to really do, so you know what? I'm gonna call it a stream and go work on baking those brownies for that potluck I have to do tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm Andres Rebel, and I'll see you on my next assignment. Later.